2018 Alfa Romeo Giulia review. The 2018 Giulia delivers Italian flair while raising the bar for small luxury sedan performance. Audi, BMW, Mercedes. These are the popular brands people reflexively while searching for a luxury sedan. But let's say you find these phones be a bit boring or complacent. That's where the 2018 Alfa Romeo Giulia will come in. This luxury sedan newcomer isn't well known, but once the thing is at it, it's difficult to ignore. On the outdoors, the Giulia appears like nothing else on the streets thanks to its taut styling and classic Alfa Romeo grille. The beauty is a bit more than skin deep, too. The underlying hardware is competitive, together with the base Giulia and Giulia T acquiring a lively 280 horsepower turbocharged 4-cylinder engine driving the trunk wheels by way of a quick-shifting 8-speed automatic transmission. It's the top-off-the-line Giulia Quadrifoglio trim, however, that actually makes its presence known by aggressively gunning to get the best performance honours in the class. It comes outfitted using a powerful Ferrari-developed turbocharged V6 engine, weight-saving carbon fiber, articulating aerodynamics, as well as a whole host of other speed-enhancing features to wow the hearts and wallets of performance fans. That said, the Giulia have their own work cut down for it. Alfa's dealer network is small, as well as the jury is out concerning the model's reliability. But if you desire a small luxury sedan that's liable to bring some passion for the segment, the Giulia is your car. Notably, we picked the 2018 Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio as one of best sports sedans with this year. What's new? For 2018, Alfa has revised some from the Giulia's options packages and created some additional trim-level names. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity is actually available this current year. The turbo 2.0-litre engine inside the Giulia T models packs some punch. Nevertheless, the model we'd recommend getting may be the top-shelf Quadrifoglio, considering that the Giulia prioritizes performance a whole lot. Consider the Driver Assistance Dynamic Plus package if you need the latest in advanced driver safety aids, for example forward collision warning with automatic emergency braking. We've found the normal Brembo brakes and heated sports seats over-adequate, so there's little reason to discover the pricey carbon ceramic brakes and fewer adjustable and non-heated Spacker racing seats. Trim levels and features. The 2018 Giulia also comes in 6 trims: the entry-level Giulia and Giulia Sport, the mid-tier T, T-Sport and T-Lasso, along with the high-performance Quadrifoglio. The Giulia and T models come which has a nice volume of standard equipment and therefore are powered by way of a turbocharged 2.0-litre 4-cylinder engine, 280 horsepower, 306 pound-feet that puts its power to the trunk wheels using an 8-speed automatic transmission. All-wheel drive can also be available for all 2.0-litre cars. The Quadrifoglio demonstrates the complete potential on the car, including a Ferrari drive turbocharged 2.9-litre V6 engine, 505 horsepower, 443 lb-ft. Some with the key standard exterior features for the base Giulia include 17-inch alloy wheels with all-season tires, Brembo brakes, xenon headlights, automatic wipers, rear parking sensors as well as a rear-view camera. Inside, you will discover remote keyless ignition and entry, leather upholstery, power-adjustable front seats, dual-zone climate control, adjustable drive models, a person information display, Bluetooth, a 6.5-inch central display, voice commands, 3 USB ports with an 8-speaker stereo audio. This year Alfa Romeo introduces the Giulia Sport trim, which can be essentially the Sport package through the previous year. The Sport trim adds unique back and front fascias, 18-inch wheels, gloss black window trim and painted brake calipers. The sport interior package continues to be an option that features aluminium trim, huge column-mounted aluminium paddle shifters, a leather controls and sport pedals. If you have been looking to upgrade the infotainment system for either in the above trims, the navigation package incorporates an 8.8-inch central infotainment display, navigation, a rotary controller and satellite radio. A complement to the wood are the newly available 14-speaker Harman Kardon Premium head unit. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity is usually a standalone option on all trims. A cold weather package is specific to your Giulia and Giulia Sport models, and adds heated seats, heated controls and heated washer nozzles. There are two quantities of active driving assist packages. The driver assistance static package incorporates front parking sensors, blind spot monitoring, rear cross-traffic alert and auto-dimming exterior mirrors. The driver assistance dynamic plus package adds adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, forward collision warning with automatic emergency braking, automatic high beams as well as a heat-reducing infrared reflective windshield. The Giulia T is included with everything the Giulia model has, plus 18-inch alloy wheels, the front and back parking sensors. The 8.8-inch display navigation is a choice, satellite radio as well as the aforementioned cold weather package. Adaptive xenon headlights undoubtedly are a standalone option. The T Sport adds 19-inch alloy wheels, sport front seats, a respectable upgrade, and everything through the sport trim and sport interior package mentioned previously. The teal lesser trim is a bit more luxury-oriented and it has different 18-inch wheels, comfort-oriented front seats, upgraded leather interior trim, an alternative steering wheel along with an interior air quality system. If you simply wanted a leather interior, it's available like a leather package. The T-Sport Performance Package is an additional step toward quadrifoglio performance within the T-Sport trim with adaptive suspension dampers plus a mechanical limit slip rear differential. And if you'd prefer only the performance package items without worrying about sport trim's aesthetics and interior bits, Alfa Romeo offers T-Performance Package. This includes the column-mounted paddle shifters. The Harman Kardon Premium sound system is a possibility as well. The Giulia Quadrifoglio will be the star on this show using its 505 horsepower V6 engine. It comes mated in an 8-speed automatic transmission and features fuel-saving cylinder deactivation. Sadly, the 6-speed manual transmission easily obtainable in Europe isn't available inside U.S. market models presently. The Quadrifoglio's number of standard products are lengthy, and that is good news for buyers. There's a high-performance Brembo brake system plus a torquey vectoring rear differential which could transfer completely of available chance to either rear wheel. A 2-mode exhaust with bypass valves offers varying quantities of engine music dependent upon your mood, as well as a carbon fiber active front splitter adjusts for additional aerodynamic downforce at speeds above 75 miles per hour and adaptive suspension, and 19-inch wheels with super sticky Pirelli P0 Corsa tires round out the top hardware items. Looking within the Quadrifoglio, you can actually pick out the aggressive model-specific details, for example the front fascia, grille, carbon trunk spoiler, Bixen and adaptive headlights, and rear diffuser with quad exhaust tips. But underneath the painted surfaces hides a lightweight hood and roof made of carbon fiber. Moving inside, you will find carbon fiber trim, additional drive modes, and almost all in the features which are optional within the less expensive Giulias. A few choices available at the Quadrifoglio level. They add some driver assistance dynamic plus package mentioned earlier, leather and simulate Seward ultra high performance Spaco carbon fiber racing seats, driver and front passenger seats with two-way and four-way power adjustments, respectively, with no heat, a carbon fiber detailed steering wheel along with an ultra high performance Brembo carbon ceramic brake system. trim tested. Each vehicle typically also comes in multiple versions which can be fundamentally similar. The S in this particular review provide our first drive with the 2017 Alfa Romeo Giulia T-Turbo 2.0 litres inline-4, 8-speed automatic, AWD. Driving. To function as the least bit competitive, a hobby sedan must work well across most categories. Thanks to its electronics and uninspiring tyres, the Giulia can be described as a little bit hit and miss on the subject of handling, but not a whole lot than that. You do not look for any excuse to consider a spirited drive. Acceleration. This motor offers quite a bit more excitement, as opposed to on-paper specifications would send you to believe. It's snarly, torquey, low-revving and stuffed with character. It's a good match for the quirky Alfa. During testing, 060 miles per hour were only available in 5.3 seconds with quick shifts without wheel spin through the AWD. Braking. Braking force is incredibly easy to modulate. That has a smooth, linear response with the pedal stroke, but panic braking tests revealed a pedal without any feedback. Stability is excellent. Nevertheless, the longish 124-foot stopping distance from 60 miles per hour is usually chalked up on a low grip all-season tires. Steering. When driven in dynamic mode, the sporting Alfa needs to be driven, the weighting is spot on. And when you combine that just right number of effort using the accuracy, steering quickness as well as the near-perfect tire, you cannot help but go hunting for your perfect line through every corner. Handling. The lackluster, all-season tires are just partially the culprit, however use is puzzling on a sports activity sedan. Offering more noise than grip, they make fun away from a spirited drive. But the undefeatable stability control could be the real buzzkill, allowing a tantalizing glimpse of fun. Drivability. Of the driving modes, dynamic makes all the most sense inside the Alfa, though a case might be made for natural learn how to traffic where you still have quick shifts and having access to decent power. The Alfa is usually engaging, even town, however it needs being driven over a good route to be truly appreciated. Comfort. The front passengers may no doubt be impressed while using Alfa compared to those in a corner, but that is not too completely different from any other sports sedan. While tire and wind noise can fade into white noise, various creaks and groans may be distressing to folks on board. Seat comfort. Firm but comfortable and aggressively supportive, top seats inside the Giulia are some on the best obtainable in an Awachi strong class. Both driver and passenger seats are heated and provide 6-way power adjustability. The rear seats lack significant legroom for adults. Ride comfort. The Giulia is supple when it should be but well controlled when you wish it, especially at higher speeds. The sensible 18-inch wheels present you with some tire sidewall to absorb imperfections, however the run-flat tires can be considered a little harsh on rough roads. Noise and vibration. Road noise isn't unusually high, even using the run-flat tires, but wind noise is usually a bit elevated at the leading roof pillars along with the front on the sunroof. Unfortunately, squeaks and creaks were prevalent and worrying, particularly if coming from structurally important things including the side pillars. Climate control. With 3 knobs and merely a few buttons, the essential manual controls are evident and very easy to use. Airflow is good in the horizontal center vents, however the auto setting were built with a tough time keeping the temperature and fan speed in order. Manual adjustment could be the best bet. Interior. Since this is a motorist's car, it ought to be no surprise how the driver arrives well ahead within the interior on the Alfa Romeo. Rear passengers won't have much room to go into or get comfortable, therefore it might become a bit of a fight for that shotgun seat position. Ease beneficial. Most with the controls inside the Giulia are conversant and intuitive, even if they might be in a slightly different location, as using the start button. The multimedia control knob falls watchfully at hand and helps make easy use from the primary interface. There's a large number of tedious menus. Getting in, jetting out. Front passengers won't notice anything unusual about stepping into the Giulia even while using slightly aggressive seating. Rear passengers aren't as lucky. The door openings are certainly small on account of intruding rear wheel wells, plus they don't supply a lot of room to go into. Driving position. The driver sits upright and close for the windshield in a very classic 80s European sports sedan style. It can certainly be a bit foreign in the beginning, nonetheless it's very easy to adapt. And when driving enthusiastically, the driving position offers confidence, connectedness with all the car, and also a feeling of safety. Roominess. It's reliable advice there's not a great deal of room from the front on the Giulia that you never need. If it's possible to get snug but spacious, the Giulia carries it. The rear seat lacks the legroom we're acquainted with finding in much smaller cars. Adults can be uncomfortable in well under half hour. Visibility. Because on the upright seating position and close proximity to your windshield, forward visibility is extremely good. The reasonably narrow front pillars are welcome on tight and twisty roads. But that seating position did make the side pillars to consistently obstruct over the lane checks. Quality. Modern and indeed stylish to begin with glance, the Giulia creates a good first impression. However, some materials use a distinctly pre-production feel and present the car an unfinished look. Numerous creaks and electronic gremlins cast a shadow of doubt on long-term integrity. Utility. Style claims another victim because the Giulia lacks the generous trunk access and interior storage of many mid-size sedans. But if you travel with little clutter and simply basic luggage, the Giulia can still become a fairly practical proposition. Small item storage. There's a little wasted space around the shift lever and multimedia interface knob. That is certainly a shame ever since the Giulia isn't flush with interior storage. The door pockets are especially narrow, and it's really best if rear passengers can continue to keep everything in their pockets. Cargo space. While the 13 cubic feet of cargo capacity is comparable to capacity rolling around in its Audi and BMW competition, the Giulia incorporates a high and slightly narrow trunk opening, rendering it difficult to put anything large and square into your trunk. The rear seats are split 6,040 and fold, lying relatively flat. Child safety seat accommodation. Latch points are simple to find and simple to access. Nevertheless, the lack of rear seat room could create it challenging to squeeze in larger child seats. Technology. Buyers not trying to find a technological tour de force may be happy enough using the Giulia's stout head unit and functional navigation. Beyond that, the Alfa Romeo has a great deal of catching approximately do, especially around the reliability front. Tech gremlins were a consistent annoyance. Audio and navigation. The optional Harman Kardon audio system is solid and easy to use. Nevertheless, the navigation system lacks sophistication, specifically when compared for the one in the Audi rival, the A4. The graphics are definitely more of an outline compared to a realistic rendering, and live traffic info is not available. Smartphone integration. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto aren't supported. That is a bit disappointing. Connecting via Bluetooth is reasonably straightforward but may seem to take a long time to load each and every time you start the auto. Connection issues also plague the Giulia with system lockups plus the disappearance of paired phones. Driver aids. The optional Driver Assist Dynamic Plus package incorporates a well-sorted adaptive cruise with stop, lane keeping assist, and also a somewhat sensitive forward collision warning system. Blind spot and crosspath detection can also be optional. Sadly, the conservative stability control can't be disabled. Voice control. Voice controls come up with a good case for working with the manual controls that fall quickly at hand. Word recognition wasn't particularly good, and sorting with the help menu took additional time than only making the necessary change manually.